Is this an emotional affair? 25 male, 25 female. My boyfriend and I have been together for 8 years and the last 2 months have been really hard. A couple months ago we went out for a night out with his co-workers, a big new group of friends of quite a few girls and guys that bring him real joy, but I feel like they've become extremely close out of nowhere. As he got drunk he started dancing exclusively with one of his female co-workers I had never met, or heard him really talk about before, for the evening, and wouldn't dance with anyone else or me. At one point another coworker saw me standing by myself and told him to go check on me and he said no. When we left the club he was hugging another female coworker all the way to the taxi. I felt embarrassed, and after I initially approached the subject with him, his response was to text all his coworkers that I had said he had been inappropriate, not even what I was saying, and they all responded saying I was overacting and he was lovely. He didn't understand that I was talking about in the context of our relationship, and that they of course wouldn't feel it had done any wrong to them. This led to some painful but needed conversations where he admitted feeling distant from me, and that I had hurt him last year when I was depressed and distant, and we agreed to go to counseling. Then I found out he had told another coworker he was moving out to be apart for a few months instead. This hurt as he had told me that wasn't what he wanted. He semi-moved out to stay at his parents'. He left saying he was working on himself to be a better partner for me as he wanted to marry me someday, that he was struggling with work stress. During that week it changed to him having issues with me. After a week he moved back into our flat without checking or even telling me, and eventually told me it was just that he missed his PC. In this time he also started texting about how excited he was that she liked a certain hobby as he had always wanted to meet people who liked it, and they're both secret nerds. I like this hobby and introduced him. They've since created a bigger group for this hobby with co-workers plus people's partners, but he won't let me join. I worried that he might like her a little, and said that was okay if the case, I just hope we could talk about it. He said no and that he would be careful and conscious of my concerns. However, it also came out that after he tried to arrange another night out with them all but hid it from me at the time as I had said I'd be worried and asked him to bring me again so we could have a funner time. He knew this but planned a night he knew I couldn't do, and booked time off work to facilitate it, all without telling me until the night before. Earlier this month he asked me to go away for the weekend as he had no social energy to even chat with me as things were so bad between us. When I came back it turned out that he had been texting, until almost 1 a.m. really connecting about their interests. At that same time I had been texting him and he had been very dry and also ignoring, not opening my messages. He was driving their conversation and is the one that kept messaging her very enthusiastically. They have multiple group chats on WhatsApp and Instagram that they interact as part of the group all day every day. He still maintains that he has no interest in her but that he feels depressed and in pain and it's easier to talk to all his new friends as there is no emotional intimacy. He says that the romance between us is gone, he had no romantic energy to spare, and that he feels like my caregiver because of when I was low, and he can't promise me any warmth, or indication of when his romantic energy might return. All of this feels like a breakup but he maintains that he loves me and isn't breaking up with me, and doesn't want me to break up with him. He is frustrated that I am focusing on as he feels that detracts from the actual issue, his depression. He's continuing to hang out for that hobby, as well as after work pub trips as a group, and I saw a text pop up from her that they're arranging to start doing another hobby as a group. This second hobby I've said recently I'd love to start with him as something positive and new and he said he couldn't commit. He perceives my anxieties as me trying to prevent him from having friends and has implied that if I keep asking him whether he likes her, he might actually start liking her as I've put that thought in his head. This past weekend we went for a lovely long walk and I felt so happy to be with him. He was taking loads of photos which is unlike him. Is working on a project at uni about the local area and nature and I asked if the photos were for her and he said no. I also asked if he sent them to her and he said no. I had a weird feeling and the next day I asked again and it trickled out that they were for her, and only he told me when I demanded to see their conversation. Turns out only reason we were on that walk was because she had texted him about her project and he had responded enthusiastically about going out, alone on an adventure to get photos, the perfect opportunity to listen to my audiobook, which was a lie as we were going together. They were also both love reacting each other's messages. I don't understand why he wouldn't just tell me, I'm taking some photos for her because she asked, or tell her that, girlfriend and I are going on a walk, I'll snap some photos for you. It hurts that he lied to my face about such a random thing, and shows me in that moment that he decided to protect his friendship with her, and push me away by lying to me. He is claiming he only lied as he was worried about keeping the peace, and didn't want to ruin our walk, and that he would have, eventually told me in a couple days. But he continued to lie afterwards too. I see this as an emotional affair at this point, but he gets incredibly frustrated when I ask if he likes her. I met and chatted with A properly last week after putting my foot down and insisting he brought me to a group thing, and she is gorgeous, interesting, sweet and shares all his niche hobbies. She genuinely ticks all the boxes of being his dream girl. They are very close. I left feeling like I'm just standing in their way, and the selfless thing to do would be to step aside for them to be together. I'm not sure what I am giving him that she isn't already providing and ticking off. I'm sorry this is so long. I feel this total need to make it work between us as I don't want to lose him. Is there any way back from this? Could it just be a friendship? I want to have a serious final conversation about it tonight, so do you have any advice on how I can approach this? I have not been able to express anger to him as he says he is so overwhelmed and struggling that I don't want to add to his plate. TLDR. Boyfriend getting closer to female coworker, and despite many conversations about how I am concerned, he keeps prioritizing her and denying he is doing so. I don't know if I'm overreacting. I mean, you clearly need to leave him. Stop investing more time than you already have. It's time to start moving on. I think you are focusing on the wrong thing. The issue isn't his relationship with A, it's his relationship with you. Whatever is or isn't going on with them isn't really relevant. He checked out of your relationship a while ago. He seems to be your boyfriend in name only right now. And that, not his friendships with this woman, is what is likely to doom you guys. It doesn't seem like he cares or wants to fight for the relationship. What is redeeming about the relationship that makes you want to stay, besides that you love him, and that it's familiar? To answer your title question, yes. For how long and in how many ways does he need to treat you like trash before you break up with him? I'd have been out the door when he refused to dance with you while being on top of another girl all night. A committed man doesn't pull that shit, let alone the rest of the lying he's doing. He doesn't want you to break up because he's monkey branching. He wants to make sure is into him and interested before he breaks up with you. Do it first. Not because it's inevitable, but because you deserve better than this man-child. A is winning no prize with this guy. Don't waste another 8 years. This relationship sounds exhausting. He wants to keep you just in case, but to also explore what he can have with A. His continuous lies are proving that point. Why are you in this relationship? How is it beneficial to you? What you describe sounds draining and unhealthy. My 23F boyfriend, 33M, criticizes me for my cleaning habits. I'll be the first to admit, I'm not the tidiest person out there. I don't live in a garbage dump, but I'm not tidying up 24/7 either. I usually keep my cleaning to once a week, or 2 if work gets the better of me. I have my own apartment, my boyfriend doesn't. He lives with his parents and they have a very healthy way of keeping their house clean. His mom and dad clean together, which is something I'm seeing for the first time ever, as my own dad almost never helped my mom. And as far as I see, my boyfriend also cleans up at his parents' house, at least when I'm there. His mom criticizes him for being messy, but she's a bit tough on him sometimes, so I don't take it too seriously. Thing is, I live alone in my apartment and I have a 3-shift job, so I don't often have time to clean. Sometimes I'll admit I get lazy too. Despite that, my boyfriend only comes over once every 3 weeks, so knowing that he likes the place to be clean, I try to tidy up before he comes over every time as much as I can. But each time, without a single exception, he comes over and comments on things that I didn't manage to clean up or missed. I've told him many times that his comments upset me, and he always tells me it's not criticizing but it's just his nature, that he likes to clean as well, and so he comments on it. The thing is though, he almost never cleans at my place. I mean, he'll clean the dishes or vacuum, but it's not a rule. He usually makes more of a mess than I do. I don't mind this though, I never commented on it only until I've had enough of it. Last time I confronted him with this, that he snacks and then is far too lazy to throw the mess in the trash can, and he just laughed it off. It annoys me, it really does. And I'm not sure if I'm at fault for being sensitive of his comments like he tells me, or if it's him not helping that is messing me up. I don't demand of him to clean up, it's my place after all. I don't even want to criticize him because I like him and I don't want him to feel like I'm berating him like his mom does. I know he has a lot of work and is also stressed, but I sometimes feel like he projects that onto me. Like he treats me like his mom treats him, and for some reason he doesn't understand that it hurts me the same way her treatment hurts him. I just wish he had that respect for me also. I know I could probably do better with cleaning the place up, but I wish he didn't comment and just clean it up instead if it really bothers him. Could anyone give me advice on how I should deal with this situation? Edit. I apologize, I think I may have been a little upset and didn't really mention what he does and how his living arrangements are RN and made it a bit too one-sided. I should have been more specific. He's currently building a house for us with the help of his father. We aren't super rich, so they can only afford to do so much, and it'll still take at least a year to finish. He could be living with me, but he lives with his parents because it is closer to the house. Considering this, his mom can be really mean to him for literally anything, although I understand part of that as frustration with a son who acts quite childish sometimes. But she is also cruel, accusing him of not working as hard even though he also works a 3-shift job and is quite incapable of physically finishing the house any sooner. I like him a lot. I know the age gap might be strange to some, but I feel like I'm mature enough to get into a serious relationship, which is something I want. Unfortunately, I've come to realize that even decade-older men doesn't mean that they are always mature in everything. I still like him though, because I usually have a tough time even talking to men because of some of my own prior trauma. And my current boyfriend is super easy to get along with most of the times. I really want to work this out in a way that favors us both. Sure, you're mature enough to be in an adult relationship. He's not. So don't waste your maturity on him. You say you have a tough time talking to men because of your trauma. Don't allow this man to add to your trauma by pulling the classic abusive red flags he's wildly waving, and don't settle for him just because it's hard to start over. You have so much life ahead of you to be happy and healthy and supported by a partner instead of being attacked and torn down by one. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Why are you dating a 30-year-old man who is still living with his parents? Do you want to know why he never cleans at your place? Because he doesn't have to clean at home because his mommy still picks up after him. If a man 10 years your senior is acting less mature than you, then their emotional intelligence is at the floor, and so are your standards for a partner. I've told me your comments hurt me and you still keep making them. I don't care if it's your nature. I've told you I don't like something and you keep doing it anyway. That's really shitty behavior. If you think my place is messy, then you can either clean it yourself, or you can just not come over here anymore, but I don't want to hear you complaining or commenting about it again. I don't criticize your place because I don't want you to feel bad. Is that what you want? You want me to be your mommy and berate you like she does? If you want a mommy, let me know, and I'll just yell at you all the time instead. Let me know what you decide. There's a reason he's dating someone a decade younger. Women his age won't put up with his bullshit. Tell him to back off. Your life, your choices. My husband and son both lied to me. 34 female, 36 male. I'm 34 female, husband is 36 male. We've been married for 12 years. A few weeks ago my husband said that he has seen another woman handle situations that he didn't think I would be able to. I tried to talk to him about why it bothered me and he just told me it was a passing comment and I shouldn't take it so seriously. That he had meant to simply compliment her by saying she was handling so much on her own, and he was impressed by it. I told him it was completely unnecessary and hurtful to compare her to me to compliment her. He told me I was being unreasonable and jealous and that he didn't mean anything by it. After that he didn't say anything else about it, so I dropped it. Then yesterday when I came home from work and saw a pair of women's Fendi sunglasses on our kitchen island, kind of hidden by our fruit bowl. I picked them up and asked my husband whose they were. He looked confused and was like, "Aren't they yours?" And I said, "No, our older son, 11, is sitting at the kitchen table," and goes, "Oh, those are my friend Allison's. I took them home on accident." I was immediately suspicious. These are very expensive sunglasses and I know Allison's mother and she doesn't seem like the type to let her child bring something worth that much money into school. My son kept insisting they were hers and he had just taken them home accidentally on the bus and he'd return them to her tomorrow. But I said no and that I'd return them to her mother in person so I could make sure they got to them safely. When I spoke to Allison's mother she confirmed that they weren't Allison's, and that neither she nor her daughter owned sunglasses like that. When I told my son and my husband this they both feigned ignorance. My son went from saying that he could have sworn they were Allison's to well maybe not, maybe I don't know whose they are. And then my husband said that he does remember taking the sunglasses out of our son's backpack when he was getting out his lunch stuff. Then my younger son, 9, just came home and recognized the sunglasses. They are Noelle's. The woman he helps out sometimes. The one who he told me to not be upset, that he compared me to her. I'm going to confront him when he gets home. I don't know what to say to him. I feel as though I'm going to immediately burst into tears. Can someone please give me advice on what to say? And also just general advice, please? I never thought I would be in this situation. My main concern is why your son helped him lie. And if you know he helped her, why he has to be secretive. Seems too many red flags in your relationship. His actions are beyond disgusting. Comparing you to her, not allowing you to be upset about it. Then cheating and lying to you. The cherry on top is bringing your kids into it. Think about what he is teaching his sons. This is unreal. I wonder how much he pays your son to lie and cover up the cheating. Prime parenting on his side. It's sick. I know the truth. You have one chance to tell me your side. Then you get to choose marriage counselor or divorce lawyer. Lie to me again and it will just be divorce lawyer. Also talk to your son about lying. Divorce this man and use this incident as an argument for sole or majority custody. He is literally getting your young child to lie for his cheating ass. He is a bad influence. How can we, M23 and F25, proceed with our relationship? Too long did not read. My girlfriend wants to have sex with other men, but I don't want to live in an open relationship. I, 23 male, and my girlfriend, 25 female, are in a very beautiful relationship. From our first date on, it felt like we belonged together. We spent most of the time together and we are planning on moving in together. Sex is great and we have a lot in common, hobbies, habits, etc. There is just one problem. She lived, before we met, all her relations in polyamory. I am very monogamous. We talked about it very early on and it came down to us trying, even though both styles at the same time is basically impossible. I am comfortable making compromises and said she could meet other women but not men. IDKY, but if it's a woman I don't really care. But the thought of her having sex with other men literally makes me feel like I need to vomit. At first she was fine with this. She said she just really likes women too and it's really hard for her not to go after those urges. I understand that and told her she can do that and we talk about it after that. About how it feels for both of us. Now to the big problem. We met a guy, a friend of mine. She had sex with before our relationship, they had met twice. So the topic came up again. She told me she wants to be with me but she doesn't know if she can't have sex with other men forever. For me this is a safe dealbreaker. If she goes out and has sex with other men she can do that without me. But I don't want to act too harsh. I love her and want to be with her for as long as possible. I am sure no cheating happened and she would tell me if she had sex with someone else, but I just don't know how to handle this. It's my first relationship and we have only been together for 5 months. Edit. Okay, so I have read every comment and want to thank you all. I don't want to answer every single one with copy-paste answers, so here is my response. I hate this situation and myself right now. I can see what everyone is saying and I truly understand it, but it's just so bad. Fuck. There is just one problem. She lived, before we met, all her relations in polyamory. I am very monogamous. This is a core incompatibility. You cannot compromise on this. You've only been together 5 months. You've tried to compromise and she's indicated she doesn't know if she can live up to it. Save yourself pain and move on. You met her halfway and she's already eyeing your friend. Imagine years of sitting at home alone wondering which friend of yours she's banging tonight. Leave bro, this won't work. Your fundum ain't it the asshole LLY incompatible. This is literally a waste of time. You're both actively wasting each other's time. Put your foot down. Tell her you aren't comfortable with her having sex with other men and that you've already compromised by letting her have sex with women. If she keeps insisting on having sex with other men then you should break up with her.